Hello everyone, remember that really weird racist dating sim? Well, they do have a demo, so I thought, hey, this is a gaming channel, like, why not? Literally, why not? First of all, the demo is like uber quiet to a point where I wasn't actually sure that it has sound to begin with. It does, but it's like a repetitive note that's like itty bitty dee on the sounding scale to a point where I have the thing turned up to like 50% to even hear it. Hi! You are obscuring my light! Good for you! I think I scared him. But anyways, you have walked into some sort of hair salon and the room is dark, all lights pointed towards the area in the far back that sort of looks like a makeshift stage. It's full of faces you've never seen before. They look so warm yet so distraught. Did you just walk into a cult? You decide to sit yourself in the corner, pulling out your phone to text one of your friends, hoping one can help you in your time of need. Who will you text? Okay, bloody thankfully we are here. I can make the sound be something now without blaring my own headset. There we go. This is a bit laggy. It's a visual novel. I don't know why it would be a bit laggy, but it is. So let's start. And oh my god, the choices are already, yeah. Oh. You know what, why not? Let's play as the fuck white people person. If we want to investigate just how bad this is, we have to go for the worst one. I mean, she looks blobby, cosplays her life, and hates white people, and doesn't even have a pronoun. Despite your usual atrocious level of FOMO, you can't quite decide who to reach out to. While you're sure one of your cosplay buddies will be down to hang, or maybe your coworker's something and you wants to walk to someone new today. Maybe you'll just head out on the town for a bit, try to make a new friend. Maybe you'll just try to get closer with a casual acquaintance. You got a few, and their names are all on your phone screen right in front of you. Him? No, you swipe down the list a bit. Maybe them, but then again. Oh, what the hell. You click on the contact photo and hit send. That can't possibly go wrong. So she can only date, okay. Fair enough, she can only bloody date this dude. And if you refuse to date this dude, then the game is like, well, fuck off and choose someone else. Pancakes and chill. Very calm for somebody that's racist. Shouldn't it be like white people lynchings and... Oh, content warning, transphobia! Cool! Transphobia with my racism, this will go down well. You're on your lunch break from work and you already want to go home. Sure, you like your job, even planning is somewhat fulfilling to you. But so is your new card keeper, Bakura Cosplay, and that's definitely weighing on you right now. Weren't we just in like some sort of culty place? Did we just like calmly walk out of there and go home or what? Almost finished working on it and you want nothing more than to show it off with a photo shoot as soon as possible. A cosplay buddy of yours already told you they were free this weekend and you just want it to be Saturday already. If I was looking the way like you do, I might not want to do photo shoots at all. Your name is Naoki Ohitika. It's obviously super good when you have to tell yourself your own name. And you wish you were anywhere but here right now. You're definitely more invested in your professional cosplay compared to what's actually paying your rent, and you wonder how much longer you'll be stuck between two jobs. For now though, you can't think about your passions versus your obligations right now. Maybe that's the whole point of being 22 and you're not digging it. You just wish you could get to the part of your life where everything has already worked out so you can have some kind of break from the pressure you've always been feeling. You're pretty hungry, and while you try to eat healthy most of the time, Popeyes is looking awfully tempting right now. It doesn't help that you forgot to bring your packed lunch. You're exhausted from dealing with your coworkers. You like most of the people you work with, but you can't help but get irritated when they aren't clear about what they want from you. You might be the newbie, but it doesn't mean you have to go in blind for everything. Anyways, enough bitching about work. You don't want poor Popeyes employee to see you looking pissed off. They already deal with enough. As you enter the restaurant, you give the menu a cursory glance. The sandwich sounds good, and since the hype has died down, no one will try and kill you over it either. What? Get murdered over sandwiches over there. It's a win-win situation. By the time you get to the register, you notice a pretty attractive-looking employee behind the counter. Attractive and oddly familiar. You're pretty sure you've seen him around, but you've never been to this Popeyes before. Hi, how are you? I'm good. How about yourself? Good. I would like a spicy chicken sandwich, please. Also, could I ask you something weird? If you're going to ask him, it's best to get it out of the way. The worst thing that could happen is him saying no. Can't be weirder than usual. Wait, I've seen you before. At least you know now that you weren't tripping when you thought you met him. You're still surprised, though. You don't think of yourself as a very... You look kinda square with no boobs and refer to yourself in every pronoun possible. Of course people are gonna remember you. Plus, it looks like you have a dye job in your hair. Like, you're the kind of snowflake that's very shining whenever they enter a building. I am surprised you have a job at all. Really? Where? I was at that new rap event. What was it called again? Oh, the up-and-coming rappers of the East Coast event. I was there for that. I must have seen you in the crowd. Or were you one of the performers? Nah, not this time. I'll have to wait for the next one of those. For sure. So you're a rapper? You're not the biggest fan of rap, but you like it though. You're curious what his music sounds like. Sure am. Pretty damn good at it too, if you got one of my mixtapes, you know. Why did you decide on mixtapes? Not saying it's a bad thing or anything, I'm just curious. Nah, it's a good question. There's something classic about them, and that's what I want to emphasize with my music. That makes sense to me, and I am so excited I'm gonna grab my face and squish it in. This doesn't make me weird at all. You're right though, there is something classic about it. I like the idea of them. You remember a brief fling you had in high school saying he'd make you a mixtape, though that particular relationship never worked out for various reasons. The idea of someone making one for you sounds both incredibly romantic and deeply impossible. Yeah, you get it. He takes something from under the counter and places it in front of you. It's one of his mixtapes. He quickly writes something down on it with a marker in his pocket before handing it to you. So you're giving me one of your mixtapes now? That's right. I'm the manager here. I make my own rules. Don't know about that. There's a line forming behind there, and isn't it always customer first around these parts? Oh shit, really? Didn't notice. Wait. If you're behind the register, are you like the only employee of this restaurant? It's quite unusual for managers to be managing the business unless the business is so small that they would literally be one of the only few employees, but because this is so-called chain, where there's multiple restaurants, he would be sitting in an office somewhere right now. His tone suggests he definitely did notice, but he doesn't seem to care. Well, I guess I'll have to come up with a way to come back here then. Say this, but you're honestly not sure if you will. It will be a shame to end your interaction with Malik here, but you never go to Popeyes. Besides, you don't have time for romance. You've rejected enough people to establish that. I found a way around that. I got my number in the mixtape. You should hit me up whenever you want to chill. Oh, he is flirting with you. You take the mixtape and look at the phone number. It seems legit. Okay, cool. I'm a Naki, by the way, Malik. But the name tag says it all. That it does. I'll see you around, Malik. Jesus Christ, this text is dirty. You don't have any intention of texting him back. He probably thinks you're a cis girl and that you would want to go on dates with him and all that. Great way of living your life, lady. I would kinda wanna hit up with some guy, but he would just think that I am a cis girl, so maybe not. Still, you do think you'll listen to the mixtape since you'll be meaning to get into that music anyway. By the time you get back to work, you're starting to change your mind. So everyone, I have some news. Your senior co-worker and close work friend Sophia is sitting in the break room with you and a few others. What is it? Drum roll, please! Everyone looks at her. Heston, you start the drum roll. Your other co-workers join in. Emily and I are engaged. Really? Congrats! Last you heard, they've been dating for 6 years now. That's honestly great news. You ignore the twinge in your heart as you hear about another person managing to settle down with someone they love. You won't even give the guy a chance because you're afraid that he's gonna misgender you. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Your sister just got married 3 months ago, and since then everyone's been asking you when you plan on getting serious about somebody. Yeah, she proposed to me over a really romantic dinner at her favorite steakhouse, and... stuff here for you goes on and on and on. So yeah, I wanted to give you all advanced invites to my wedding next year. It's the least I can do since you all helped me so much at my work and life. Oh really, you don't have to. I want to. I called you all here for a reason. It's because I consider you my closest work friends. Really, it's the least I can do. You insist? I'm sure I'm speaking for everyone. I say I would love to be there. Me too. The others nod in agreement. You think about Malik from Popeyes and find yourself with the sudden urge to text him. You don't think there's any way this can end well, but... well, you experience serious FOMO. You need to do something about it. Work passes without a hitch after that. You're exhausted by the time you get back, but at least it looks like your housemate is gone again. Likely hanging out with his boyfriend or something. Curling up on the couch, you let out a sigh. You still have Malik's mixtape in your bag. You should give it a listen. It's interesting, to say the least. You don't really listen to rap music, but you find yourself nodding along to the lyrics as you go along. That's a good sign, right? I love how they changed the music, but they didn't actually add any rapping. Before long, you realize you're starting to nod off to Malik's music, and you let yourself. You're tired and you need that rest. So that's her life, work and naps, huh? You dream of him as well. It's not a special dream, it's just him at Popeyes rapping about his life. You go through the line, one person at a time, and the sound of his voice follows you. By the time you get to the counter, he's smiling down at you. He takes your hand and then... he misgenders you! You blink open your eyes to the sound of Malik's voice still filling the living room. He's rapping about his kids now, something about not knowing down, and you wonder what's up with that. You must have taken a cat nap or something, because it's almost 8 and you still haven't fixed dinner. With a groan, you get up and head to the kitchen, grateful your housemate is still gone. You let Malik's music play as you cook, wondering what he's up to right now. Is he still at work or he has already gone home? It's 8 PM, he should be home. I mean, is there overtime at the sandwich shop? Of course, you could always text him. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you pull your phone and send a quick message. Hi Malik, it's Naki from Popeyes. I liked your mixtape. Hey, glad to hear it. What you up to? I'm just finishing making dinner. How about you? Just chilling. Got home around 30 minutes ago. Bored as hell though. Oh nice, I'm pretty bored myself. Probably gonna watch a movie or something and go to bed. I was gonna ask you if you wanna come over and chill, maybe smoke a bowl. I kinda never smoked before, I don't know. I'll teach you, it's the gentlemanly thing to do. Okay, this is kinda extremely shady, but you're lonely and lonely you is an impulsive you. Actually, can you come over here? I'm alone, my housemate doesn't get back till tomorrow night. Wait, you were just fixing dinner and you were like, thank God my housemate's not home yet. And now apparently you're like, I have this intuition that's telling me that my housemate's just not gonna be home. You bite your lip, refusing to second guess yourself. Also, I have to tell you, I'm not cis! I prefer he, she, or they as pronouns, and this won't work if you don't understand that. Have I just encountered the dumbest sentence in the gaming history? I need you to answer me this. Does anybody, any like real human being, think like that? I'm not cis. I I am good with literally any pronoun. That means that you would have been completely fine with him calling you a she. You even state that. You would have been completely fine with him calling you a she. So what the fuck is that statement even about? What is that person supposed to even respond with, you crazy loon psycho? You take a deep breath. You should be used to by now telling people that they can call you whatever the fuck they want, including the chair and the mattress. That's cool with me. What's your address? The coming over thing or the trans thing? Both. One of my coworkers is non-binary. Don't know a whole lot about it, but it's cool with me. But can I ask you something? Sure, go ahead. Does that mean you don't like being called woman at all? Like, what's up with that? Or are you exactly like my coworkers, agender stuff and that? But wait, what does cis even mean? Reasonable dude. I mean, wait, like, I'm not cis. I prefer he, she, or they pronouns. Does that mean you don't like being called a woman at all? I mean, she's okay with being called she. She's okay with anything. You could call this person a table lamp and they would A-okay you. Explain to him. Oh, she was just upset about cis people in that previous message as well. Well, cis is short for cisgender. It means you identify with the gender you were assigned with at birth. Non-binary is a range of genders, so it's not really 1/3 gender. I consider myself gender fluid, and those are two separate genders. I consider calling myself an attack helicopter whenever the mood strikes me. But then again, she has no shape to her. She is a potato in clothes. She dyes her hair bright colors. She has piercings on every bit of her body. I mean, if somebody would agree to fuck that, I would probably be okay with them calling me a TV remote as well. Okay, I think I get it now. Thanks for explaining. It's no problem. Happy to help. It was kind of a problem, but ignorance doesn't necessarily mean someone's unwilling to learn. You're just glad Malik came around. Yeah, I'm good with all that. Okay, cool. Let me get you my address. Cool, be there in 15. That guy's so horny that he's just like running down the street. Clicking out of Malik's message screen, you send a quick text to a friend letting her know what's happening and that if you don't respond in 3 hours, your Popeye's date is definitely a serial killer. But hey, by the laws of nature, if she shags, she wins the gene pool. I mean, the baby daddy will probably piss off, but her gene pool, her screwed up gene pool continues going on, and that's all life is about, really. You win if you just continue going. And she cleans up. Cosplay material's still out. You open up the door, nervous and holding pepper spray. Why? The fuck's wrong with you? Invited the guy. He's in casual clothes, a t-shirt and jeans that make his legs look really nice. You try not to stare too much. Hey, can I come in? Yeah, of course, let me just pepper spray this bitch. It's a little messy though, my cosplay stuff all over the place. I hope you don't mind. Cosplay? You mean when people dress up as anime characters and all that? Oh, at least he knows that much. That's a relief, though he doesn't seem to know the full extent of it. You could educate him fully, but that would take time and energy that you could be using to get high. Probably best to save for another time. Yeah, basically, it can be for any fictional character, really. I'm doing mine on Cardkeeper Bakura. Ever heard of it? Nah, but I watched Inuyasha when I was a kid. Good shit. Malik steps into your apartment and you take a step back, casually putting the pepper spray in your pocket. But yeah, make yourself at home. I made some space in the dining room if that's good with you. You got space on the table, right? A bit, yeah. What do you think? We good. I bought a pipe and a grinder. You ready? Not sure you're ready. You've only been offered drugs when you were dedicated to being sober, and by the time you felt comfortable trying anything out, you didn't know where to start. You're as ready as you're ever gonna be, and it's not like this is gonna be a regular thing for you. Sure, why not? And you sit down on the living room couch. Malik places his stuff on the dining room table, and you're a little intimidated already. He takes out some weed and puts it in what you assume is a grinder. You've seen your college roommate smoke his fair share of weed back in the day. Once he's done, he puts it in the pipe and hands it to you. Let me light it for you. With his face so close to yours, you're almost tempted to kiss him. Okay, so I'm supposed to breathe it in, right? Not too much though. Make sure to breathe out too, and you'll probably cough a bit. Noted, so I can just do it whenever you're ready. Not sure how much weed you should smoke with Malik. It would be wise to hold off smoking too much for the safety and later sanity, but on the other hand, wouldn't it be better to go full weed experience? Go big or go home! Fuck it, weed, you're going down. Now that's more likely. So you take a big hit. It leaves you hacking, but once you're done, you take another and another. Before you know it, you're already opening up to Malik. You know what? Being a kid sucks! Good thing that you're an adult woman! You really think that? Totally! I mean, you're powerless at the mercy of your family and you have to take care of them too. My parents were adults, but I was the parent. Don't buy it, lady. Not when you're acting like this. I was the one who had to take care of myself, especially with my sister having her rebellious phase. I always had to be the good kid. It just sucked, you know. Yeah, I guess. He looks uncomfortable. Oh god, he looks so uncomfortable. Sorry, I guess this has all got me thinking, like, you know, really thinking, but enough about me. It's the government that's failing the children, especially the native children like me. You're screwed if you're on a reservation, you're screwed if you're urban. There are no resources, and that's what I want to change. Not like I'm doing much of that. My job does a lot of good, but it's not enough. It never is. Okay, to anyone younger watching this, let me explain to you how life works. If you can secure employment, it's a big thing. It's a very big thing. Currently, the economy is very unstable. We're in the middle of biggest depression, and a lot of people don't know what they can eat from month to month. Securing employment is something to celebrate. You don't go, my work doesn't do enough to save the kids of the native people. You go, fuck yeah, I have a job. Somehow your liberation didn't make things any better, surprise, surprise. Now he isn't even looking at you or anything really, just staring into the middle distance as he seems to visibly buffer. You soon realize that he feels as awkward as you do once he gives you the most forced customer service smile you ever seen, in what is obviously an attempt to diffuse the tension. Well, if you ever get sick of working with kids, you're always hiring at Popeyes. No kids in the chicken joint, eh? Well, what about your kids? Yeah, maybe that's why the guy wasn't comfortable about hearing about kids. He only realized he stepped on a landmine after Malik stopped smiling. Yeah, about that. Guess we'll see how that goes. My baby mamas don't want shit to do with me, so it's tough. I get it, but it's still important to take care of them in any way you can. I had parents who weren't ready to have kids, and that left its mark on me. This dude ran around and shagged multiple women. These women don't want anything to do with you. You don't want anything to do with them. You're like, it's important to take care of your kids anyway! Sounds rough. It was, but I'm good now. You sure you're good? You sure? You might need therapy. I second that. Hey, that's cool. Means you're tough. Thanks, I appreciate it. Malik puts the pipe down on your dining room table and you watch him for a bit. You're not super high, it's more of a pleasant buzz, but you're feeling a little flustered being around him. You want to touch him, to do something with him, just to know he's really there next to you. I have no idea getting high would make you such a romantic, but maybe there isn't such a bad thing. It's been a while since you've given anyone a shot, why not try it with him? Though if he's expecting just a quick lay, he's going to be in for an unpleasant surprise. How about we go on a real date? For real? Yeah, maybe we can go get weekend brunch or something. It's the only thing you can think of when you think of a date. People on Tinder were brunch people. Why can't you be a brunch person too? That's some boogie shit. I fuck with it. How about Sunday? I'm pretty sure I'm free then. You dig your phone out of your pocket and check your calendar. Nothing there, so you nod and look back at Malik. Yeah, I'm free. I'll see you at Linda's restaurant. That's the place my coworkers and I go to at 11 AM. Sound good? It's a date! Malik stands up, stretching a bit before looking down at you. He gathers his stuff and jams it into his pockets. I should get going. Yeah, you're right. Do you have work tomorrow? Yeah. That means if he rejects you after you tell him about your identity again, you won't know if he's ghosted you or if he's just busy. Can I ask you something? Shoot. You're completely 100% aware that I am non-binary, right? You're aware that I am the crazy bitch that identifies as the attack helicopter. Sure I am. I'm actually questioning some stuff about myself, so that's why I want to go on this date with you. Figure shit out and all that. I want to use you to figure things out about myself, alright? I mean, I'm the fuck-up that fucked multiple baby mamas and, like, fucked off, so... why am I even questioning this? So, you're an experiment. You don't particularly mind, though. He's your experiment, too. You need to see if you're actually able to date like a normal person. It's awkward sometimes, being a 22-year-old virgin with little to no experience, but you've never been able to get into that hookup scene. Maybe this is the push you need to get yourself out there. I'm good with that. I'm actually trying to figure stuff out about myself, so we're in the same boat. That's a goddamn relief. I gotta go, but I see you Sunday. See you. They awkwardly hug. Sunday came quicker than expected. You have your cosplay photo shoot on Saturday and things have been getting pretty alright on social media. That's the 21st century life. Things have been going fine on social media. How's you? Well, things have been good on YouTube, thanks. Would you like a pot noodle? Rather not waste anyone's time. You're early. So are you. It's good to see you again, Malik. Yeah, I've never been over here, though. You'll have to show me what's good. Will do! Excuse me, could we get a table? A server greets the two of you and brings you to a small table for two in the back of the corner of the restaurant. It's a little quieter than other spots, and that's something you immediately appreciate. It's much easier to have conversations this way. So this place is nice. Yeah, I usually come here to celebrate with my coworkers. I've never been here for brunch, though. You wanted to go, but going for brunch alone seems a little sad. Don't diss it until you try it. I ate sushi by myself quite a few times. You're not strong enough to do things on your own, but you never really had anyone to do things with, so you're just kinda lame. You work full-time, right? Yep, just got promoted from interning a few months ago. It's been hectic, but I like my job. You do event work, right? Close, I actually do urban planning. I just was at that event for a friend. She's the real event coordinator. I see, that's cool, that's cool. I've been at Popeye's for a while now, just waiting for my career to pop off. Your career as a rapper? Yeah, I need someone to give me a chance, but when they do, I know I'll make it big. That's awfully confident of him! Yeah, confidence is kinda good in life. You do think your stuff is catchy, but that's not always enough to guarantee success. Yeah. When you're interested in someone, this is precisely what you want to tell them. I see, I get that. I really like doing cosplay. It's actually another profession of mine. You're still hesitant to bring it up because you know you have overwhelmed people with your interests before. You think back on the last date you went on with a sigh. That was a mess for a wide range of reasons, but you know you contributed to it by being too much when it came to your interests. So what do you dress up as? I like magical gal series a lot, so I do cosplays from those. I'm also getting into mobile games and stuff. Have you played them? Not really, but my daughter really likes some of them. I kinda need their ages. I mean, I know that she's 22. How old is this guy? How old is his daughter? Did he like get somebody preggers at like the age of 14 or something if we're like assuming that he's 22 as well, which would make, what, his daughter like 7, which would make sense that she's playing some mobile games, but like, that has to be a pretty old kid. You would surprised he would mention her. You suppose if you end up dating Malik, you'll have to connect with his kids. You like kids and you do think they're good with them. Maybe this wouldn't be as intimidating as you thought it would be. It's not like you're going to be their new mom or something. I've heard of that game. I play more RPG-based stuff and gacha games. I definitely play too much during breaks. What do you do when you're not working? I usually just scroll IG, see if I can get my shit out there. I check my bound cloud too, but what are gacha games? Oh, jeez, how the hell do I explain this to him? Phone gambling! They're basically games where you gamble to see if you can get rare draws. Most mobile games these games have that kind of system. You've definitely gotten hooked on a rush of getting the next super rare unit, and while it hasn't made you broke, it definitely hasn't helped your bank account. Making unwise monetary decisions, check. Gambling's never been my thing. Shagging has been my thing. I buy a lotto ticket sometimes, but I think I'll work my way up to the top. Again, he has that confidence. You can appreciate that in a man, but you also have your doubts. Would it be right to express that during this date, though? You could always frame it in a positive way and see if that could work. I get that. I guess gambling on gacha is my outlet, so I don't do anything stupid in real life. I mean, you can spend money on the games, but that's another issue altogether. Should I be worried about you? No, I swear I'm good with money. By the way, I think someone's coming over here. Could I get buttermilk pancakes and iced tea? Ah, shit. I was gonna get those. You don't know why you don't expect that, but you don't. Maybe it's because you didn't see him like a pancake person. It hits you suddenly that you don't really know all that much about Malik. But then again, you're supposed. That's the point of first date. You still can, you know. You're just copying me. You grin a little at that. You're not sure if it's okay to tease him. He smiles back at you. Fine, I'll take the bait. Buttermilk pancakes for me too, thanks. And I'll take a water. Pancakes and water? Are you broke? That is the only reason you would ever order a water. The waiter leaves after that, and you turn to face Malik again. But anyways, it makes sense. You have an account there. Does that have everything that's on the mixtape? It has the best stuff. I like to give incentive for people to take the mixtapes. That makes sense. Is that your only mixtape? Nah, I got a few more. That's just the best one. You got a cosplay IG or something? I see, and yeah, I do. I had it for a few years now. It's not bad if I do say so myself. Cool, cool. So you've been cosplaying for a while. For around 6 years now, yeah. I think I'm pretty good. I was okay at sewing when I started, but now I feel like I could teach a class or something. You tried to get your real-life friends to join you in your endeavors, but it's no use. No one was nearly as passionate about it as you were, which is why most of your cosplay friends are online. Damn, you make all that shit yourself? Mostly, yeah, it's fun though. What else do you do besides rapping? I work. It's boring as shit, but it pays the bills. Sometimes I see my kids if I got the time. You should always make time for your kids. I am the concerned 22-year-old virgin. That's been your policy ever since your parents stopped being parents. You feel vaguely disgusted that Malik would put his kids second in his life, but you decide to keep it diplomatic. It's been good to make time for them. The bond will always be there for you. You got me there. Guess I have some shit to think about. Gotta admit, you really put me on the spot there. You probably did, but who can blame you? He needs to be responsible for his kids, says the 22-year-old virgin. If he gains anything from this conversation, it should be that. As long as you do your best. You're right, you're right. It doesn't actually say he's doing his best, but you'll take it for now. You really should be more tactful when it comes to these things. That's one thing your supervisors always tell you. You're too pushy sometimes, too desperate for perfection. You're a gender-fluid snowflake that looks like a potato dating a guy that shagged so many women that he has multiple kids. Perfection right there. Maybe letting Malik be imperfect is a good thing, as long as he's decided to improvement. Sorry to bring up all this serious stuff, we're supposed to be having fun. Nah, I needed to hear it. You're pretty responsible. Says the person to the gambler. Well, it kinda had to be. Growing up wasn't easy for me. She brings up her past yet again. You can remember all the time you spent trying to figure out how to be an adult. I don't think you still have even, like, the tiniest bit of a grip on that. You were a latchkey kid, through and through, and that wasn't easy. How come? I had to take care of my parents more than they take care of me. My dad especially was pretty disconnected from us as a family. For real? Mine too. Don't know where he is, but he's not my family. So is this your, like, game audience? Like, people that shag around without fathers that are also gender fluid? That's a pretty powerful state, is it? It has sense of a finality to it. And you get the feeling that if you push too hard, Malik probably won't say anything. You wouldn't blame him either. Unless you were feeling particularly loose-lipped, you wouldn't really want to say much about your family either. I say I'm sorry to hear that. It's chill, really. I'm my own man now. I don't really need my ma. It's kind of cute how he calls his mom Ma. Cute, huh? Oh shit, I totally said that out loud. It's good. I don't mind being cute for you. Should I call you Queen? It's not what I prefer to be called. King, then? I don't know. I think it's just gonna be anarchy for me. You definitely have an ego. That much you know, but being referred to as royalty never sat right with you. I get it. Thanks for the effort, though. No problem. He tried flirting with you and you're like, nah, mate, just call me my name. It would be kind of like, hey, would honey be okay? And you're like, my name would do. You're interrupted by your food coming in. Malik looks at his pancakes in awe and you smile. Yes, they're really that good. You watch him start digging and he half groans as he takes a bite. Good, right? Mm-hmm. And before he's like, I have an allergy to this. His mouth is stuffed and you're glad he forgoes conversation. That is always what you should look for in a partner. Like, you should be glad that they forgo conversation. It's not like you got there to know them. No, 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 no. You got there to stare at him. You eat in relative silence, both too enamored by the food to really pay attention. Malik is kind of messy eater, but you find that charming and it reminds you of your older sister. Whenever you're dating men, be reminded of your older sister. You look so happy when you eat, it's nice. It's good. What else can I say? Thankfully, he says this after he swallowed his food. Reminds me of my sister. Yes, do say it out loud to the guy. She eats just like you, like she truly enjoys every bite. Despite your sister's bad habits, she taught you to eat in small bites. It makes you slower, but you don't mind. Malik finishes quickly and he pats his stomach once it's done. You have a sister? Yeah, she's 26. Same age as me. What does she do? Okay, so he is 4 years older. She's a grad student, about to get her MA in ethics studies. Still have no idea why she decided to get married while she's still in school, but her wife was rich enough to pull it off. Is there a single normal person in your family? You suppose that's the dream, either become financially stable or marry someone stable enough to carry you both. You prefer the former, you like the idea of rising to the top based on your own merits. But you also get that the system is a giant scam. It's so much of a scam that your sister's rich now. So you don't put too much stock into pulling yourself up by your bootstraps mentality. Sounds fancy. Yeah, I've thought about going to grad school, but it's too expensive. You're already just getting by as is. You'd rather think about that later down the line, if at all. I feel that. College was too expensive for me, so I made it my own way. You notice he says that a lot. You guess he's more of a rise and grind type of guy. I admire that. That's what I'm trying to be. Saying that reminds you of all the reasons you're not sure you should be dating anyone. Sure, this was a good experience, but can you really commit to it? Hey, listen, wanna go back to my place after this? Maybe smoke again? We can chill before you have to go home. Sure! She was about to ditch him. You're not sure why you said yes, but once you're done and you split the bill despite his protests, you get into his car. And I think this is really has been enough for me. Just nope. Nope. There is character flaws, and then there's characters made out of flaws. I don't know how long this goes on for. It's probably longer than 40 minutes. That's all I'm willing to give. So this has been... What has this been, actually? What is... Yeah, validate. It's when you get a gambler that somehow managed to secure a pretty good job without going to grad school while complaining about capitalism despite the fact that her sister is a rich lesbian. Date a guy that shagged around so much that he has like multiple children from different baby mamas, that is writing rap mixtapes while working in a fast food chain where he calls himself the manager, even though I'm pretty sure he's just an employee. And during those dates, make sure to point out all of the bad things that the other person is doing and just beat them over the head by being non-binary, even though you're still completely fine with people referring to you as she. But if they're trying to flirt with you, make sure that you turn them down. Yeah, if I already had a headache, but this just... Do you people act like that? This just looks so low IQ to me. So if anyone wants to try the full thing, the full demo build, it's gonna be in the description down below. Thank you for watching! I tried. Okay, I just fast forwarded to see how it ends myself. You shagged the dude. Both of you decide that you're not ready for a relationship, so you become friends with benefits. He cries during sex, and he now feels less straight for having shagged not a woman, even though you are a woman. You invite him to your friend's wedding, and you guys have a laugh. The end. My brain cells melted.